Men and women gather separately and together in non-scripted conversations over the topics at hand. The people and their responses are real. No telling what's gonna happen. It's his and hers. Let's jump in.
We are back this week with another episode of His and Hers. My name is Tracy. I am a journalist, soon-to-be podcaster from Louisville, Kentucky. And I got my two guests with me.
I'm Grim. They call me Big Blocker though on all platforms. I got some music at Big Blocker, YouTube, Apple Music, all the platforms.
And you feel me? I got Loafed Up, man. Hottest rapper in the city, man, in the building, man. Y'all can follow me _Loafed Up on everything.
All right. So I guess we're gonna start with a question, right?
Jump right in.
We're gonna jump right in.
Get right to it.
So the question
You go
is,
first.
communication is the key to building relationships. What are some of the reasons do you feel that we have to rise in violence in our community as young adults? What are some resolutions?
Was that two questions? Ask it again.
Communication is the key to building relationships. What are the reasons that you feel that we have to rise against violence in our community? So communication in our community. I feel like communication in our community is terrible in building relationships only because when I'm looking on the internet and things like that, we have violence in our community and I'm looking at people's exterior because violence, it'll make you look at somebody's exterior. Right. Like before I even date and I approach somebody, I'm going to look at their exterior. Like, do they look hard? Am I going to want to date them?
Yeah, person's appearance most definitely.
A lot of problems about the community is the communication. Because everybody even said back, like when we was younger, neighborhoods you could go down the street and the lady down the street had permission to whoop your ass or something. Now don't nobody talk to their neighbors or nothing.
Yeah, communication.
I feel that.
Facts.
It's just
like, terrible right now.
Even with social media, you gotta think like when our parents were dating and stuff like that, they didn't have social media.
Social media is the root of all evil right now.
They could really
heard me say I hate it.
They could really just like go down the street and be like, oh, so and so, he lives with his mom. But now when I'm dating, I gotta look on the internet and I'm scrolling in and zooming in the background of pictures. Where do he live at? Do he live with his mama? You know what I'm saying? Looking at stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I feel like, building relationships in our community in our day and age with communication, I feel like it's harder only because of social media.
Yeah, social media gives everybody an image that's not real.
Plus, everybody, like, how I grew up on my block, like, we was all one family. Like, she could whoop your ass, he could whoop your ass, she could whoop your ass. Like, everybody on that one block could whoop your ass if you was in the wrong. Nowadays, it ain't like that. Like, you can't even, these kids today they not even together. It's like, say how you grew up in Newburgh. You feel me? Might be your block. It might be you and a couple of your homies. But the rest of the block, you feel me? The older generation don't really know y'all because they ain't trying to get to know who y'all because they think y'all bad already. So they like, all right, let me stay away from them type shit. But that's just how it is now. Because back then, me and my block, we was all one family. We still one family to this day. So you feel me? It's different now.
I could say like as a child, on my block, like my auntie lived down the street. The lady who braided my hair, she lived next door. I used to play with the little son, whatever. We were all a family, but now that I'm like moving, I moved twice, since I was a kid. But where I live at now, it's like everybody just walks at their house and don't say anything to anybody because we got this thing, we have social media. So it's like you don't have to really talk to people no more.
Right.
As long as you got social media, you can just find your coworker or find your neighbor on Facebook and meddle in their business cyberly. You don't have to.
Another thing, kids don't respect their elders nowadays at all.
You don't think so?
No.
But the elders be on some bullshit though.
It's no way.
Saying the wrong shit, lying and shit.
It's no way.
What you mean?
It's no
like
way.
Lying? Like
it's no way.
The elders, look, this is the best way to put it. An elder nowadays is gonna try to use a little kid for their advantage.
Okay, I feel that. I feel that with a lot of older people, like nowadays, with even when we were just talking about technology, they don't know how to work technology. So a lot of elders are using, people our age only because they know the technology. They know how to, do flashy shit with social media. So you got to think they're using us to elevate their lifestyle only because they didn't live that way.
I
Like
just
they're
feel
not
like
living how we
I
live.
feel like they using it to keep up. I ain't gonna
Right.
say elevate. They using it to keep up because technology's most definitely changed a long way from when we was kids until now. So it's most
It's changing
definitely
fast,
we
ain't it?
all had to adjust to that shit because iPhones come out every year and there's something new we got on these iPhones every time a new one come out. So you feel me? I can understand. They just adjusting. That's how I feel.
So do you think that technology is like corrupting the relationships that we have in our
Definitely.
community?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Like even when you're trying to talk to a girl, you think technology is
Oh, most
Here's an
definitely.
example.
Most definitely.
You as a girl, you done never went out, and then a nigga see you or something, he wait till you leave or something, DM you and shit.
yeah, be like, I seen you.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay, so
Exactly.
basically, as young adults, what things could you do to create resolutions on, the violence, technology, and how we form our relationships
I just feel
nowadays?
like violence is one thing that's forever gonna be
Yeah,
around.
we
It's
can't-
nothing nobody can do
That's
about
not
that.
gonna stop. We might, I don't know, might be able to.
It's nothing nobody
I
can do
can't
about
think of the name for
violence.
that,
That's life right there.
You think it's life? Like
That's life.
Look at the whole world. The whole world's going crazy. It's not just certain
the whole
communities or
world's
nothing.
going crazy, but it wasn't like this at one point.
It wasn't like that in the
right.
whole world.
You right. It wasn't like that.
Right now, it's like we back in the modern day civil rights movement. In my,
It's a bunch of cowboys, ain't it?
it's not even a bunch of cowboys. It's just like,
It's a bunch of cowboys.
we're more of like free-minded people. We have more, I would say, more resources.
I could just say we don't take shit from nobody. That's how I see it.
I agree with what
we
you're
just
saying.
don't take shit from
Knuckleheads.
nobody. Like back then, they might have like, all right, bro, we gonna let you slide. Nowadays, nah, the disrespect towards whatever is at a high level right now. Ain't nobody taking disrespect. It's over towards somebody else, towards your dead people, towards your alive people. Nobody's taking disrespect, and violence is the only way to kind of prove a motherfucker you ain't playing.
And people do all that disrespect. They do it on the internet, even with girls, like girls my age and
Get on
things
live
like
and
that.
shit.
They get on live. They want to
Yeah,
talk
most
about.
definitely.
They want to go at each other on live and stuff. So I feel like the violence in our community is more targeted towards each other cyberly. Like people don't even beef like that in person.
If it wasn't no internet violence, I think violence would most definitely be lost if it wasn't no internet. Cause me and him could talk shit on the internet all day, see each other in person, and we can both be like, wait, like, oh, he ain't know nothing. He be like, I ain't know nothing, cause we ain't doing shit in person. So that's kind of how I see it. The internet turns up the violence because
I
the
agree.
motherfuckers most definitely
Makes
run
you
into the
angry
internet.
and shit.
I agree. So you don't think it's no solution on turning away the violence?
It's not from the violence. That's just
Get rid of
how
social
people's
media.
raised and how people think. That's where violence comes from. Violence ain't like nothing specific. It's just
I
how
feel
people
that.
are raised in their environment.
Social media go away for 60 days. I bet the violence will go down.
I agree exactly with what you're saying. Like if social media was to go away for people our age, there wouldn't be so many shots taken towards people. The violence.
Too. Everybody would have to find a life.
Like how it was when our parents were kids. They walked down the street, knocked on the next person's door. You want to fight? Come outside. They fought.
Shit, how old are you?
I'm 23.
It was like
I would say us growing up, it wasn't no social media for real. Social media was not
I used
hot
to stay on a bike, didn't I?
He used to stay on the bike.
We was on the bike. We was outside hooping. Like we could literally go outside and play. Today it's not happening. So you're not going outside playing nowhere. I ain't seen a bunch of kids on the block playing in the past since I graduated high school in 2015.
Come on now, you ain't seen no kids playing outside.
I ain't seen it.
I see kids play outside all the time.
You might see one family though. I feel where he's coming from.
The world is too dangerous to be outside.
It's not. It used to be cracking outside when we was little kids. Like cracking.
Yeah, when we was teenagers,
you feel me?
We used to be outside.
The world is too dangerous to just be sitting outside. Like
down the street.
You're not sitting outside up East. You're not sitting outside in Cali. You're not sitting outside on Market. You probably not sitting outside in Newburgh. You're not sitting outside nowhere because motherfuckers is slide. It doesn't matter. You're not sitting outside right in today.
I think that it's a solution, but you know how men are. They have a complex. Like,
what do you think the solution is?
I think the solution is for me as a woman. I feel like the solution is the way that people approach the internet. If people approach the internet differently,
who's going to encourage them to approach it differently?
But it's the stuff that they looking at. It's the things that you're looking at. It's the things that you put on your timeline. If we had a filter, we don't have a filter on our internet nowadays, so you can't filter out any of the things.
So manage what people can post and shit.
Yeah, you gotta manage what people can put out, but you can't really do it no type of way. There's a solution, but there's not a solution.
Trust me, they get.
They are,
but they
but
block a
only
lot
to
of
an
shit on
extent. Because a
Instagram.
lot of shit people post be subliminal.
Yeah.
I agree. Let me get this next question out. I feel like if they created like, you know how they got the little kitty blocks and stuff?
Yeah.
But I feel like if they created that like a kid's block, you know how a kid's block on the internet is? You can't have no curse words, you can't show no guns, you can't do none of that. But if they started filtering that stuff out, like for adults too, I feel like it would be.
Yeah, you can't filter shit for adults. They adults.
You adults.
I feel like you can. If you own the network.
I feel like I'd be one of the mad adults. Like, what? I'm an adult. Why the fuck they filtering my shit?
You feel me? Yeah, it's nothing we can do about today's. It's nothing we can do about violence. It's nothing.
It's really nothing, but you gotta have hope, and that's what we have as women. Like as a woman, I have hope. I can see change. I see things differently, and I have a point of view that that is uplifting.
Us as men, we like, man, it's how it is.
Like
we gotta adapt.
We look at it how it is, but I do try to be positive and God, every day I try to find something new to fix my life. You know, life. I ain't even gonna say the word. I ain't there yet, but my life.
Right, I feel that. And for me as a woman, I always just look for something uplifting, like to uplift me as a Black woman. You know, going through the trials and tribulations that I've had to go through in life. You know, just in the skin that I'm in, I always look for something to uplift me how I am, not to change.
Make up quotes and shit.
All right, so we're about to go into another commercial. We just went into this question, but we're about to get into another question when we come back on His and Hers.
If you or someone you know would like to be a panelist on His and Hers, email us at production@plugnetworkonline.com. Subject line, His and Hers. No telling what's gonna happen. It's His and Hers. Let's jump in.
All right, so we're back on His and Hers, and you know, we were just kind of getting into our first question. We're about to get into our second question. So, how do you feel about the old saying, "Do as I say, not as I do"?
Do as I say, not as I do. That sounds a little demanding.
It's hypocritical.
Yeah, that sounds a little demanding.
I don't like that.
I don't like it either. It makes me feel like I got control, like I'm controlling you.
Like even
it depends who's saying it for real. Because if you're seeing somebody every day, you're gonna mirror them. But if it's like a basketball coach or something, I mean, he knows.
Do as I say, not as I do. Oh, to me, that can go in a bad way and a good way.
That's what I'm saying.
It all depends on who you doing, as what they say. You feel me?
To me, it's like, I don't know, like, do as I say, not as I do. Like, I feel like, growing up, I always watch people take an easier route. Like, I always watch people cut corners and take an easier route. And so it was like, talking to my grandmother, she had kids very young, you know, she had to raise her kids before she could go to college. I'm not saying that she cut corners, but she lived her life before she got into the serious stuff. Yeah. So when it was time for me to turn 18 and I was like, oh, I need to figure out what I'm going to do with life, she was like, you're going to school. You're going to college. You're going to college. So
I mean, I can see it because she didn't want she wanted you to do what you had to do in order to do what you got to do.
But what you think? I thought about it like, if I'm 18, I'm looking at it like, but you didn't go to school, right out of high school. You lived and did what you want to do. So now when it's my turn, I'm 18. It's time for me to do what I want to do. I done graduated high school. I done did what I had to do.
Did you see her succeed though?
I did.
So she knew something. Look where you at. You doing good things right now.
Graduated college. The difference is you didn't have kids early.
Yeah, you're right.
She had kids, so she had to do what she had to do, but also try to have fun while she was doing that. She gave you the luxury of not having no kids, so go ahead and knock your grown woman business out, and then after that, you can kick your feet up and do what you want to do
with your kids.
But I feel like it's different for men. Like, I feel like for men, like, if you're looking at it, man and women, like, do as I say, not as I do. Like,
I'm gonna tell you about men. A lot of men is followers. Men don't know how to be leaders. Like, say I'm with a group of people a little bit older than me, and I see they get money, and I ain't getting no money. I'm graduated to high school and everything, no kids. I see them get money. I'm like, oh shit, they got chains and watches and shit. I need that. What they doing? I'm gonna go do that because that's my environment I'm around.
Right.
So you feel me? Most motherfuckers is they're gonna go do that instead of like, all right, I'm gonna take my own route. Nah, motherfuckers is gonna follow what they doing to try to catch up with them on the quick route instead of taking your own pace. You feel me? Stay on your own route.
I feel that. I feel that, especially in Louisville, though. Yeah, I think we in Louisville, so it's like having this follower mindset. Everybody wants to be a Jada. Everybody wants to be a Lil Baby. Everybody want to be a Lil Durk. Everybody want to be EST. Everybody wants to be somebody besides who they are.
Exactly. And then we said it right there. And them is the people you don't fuck with.
You think so?
Yeah. Why do I want to hang with somebody? I mean, okay, I can say I'm a good nigga, so I can say somebody can be. I know a lot of people who mimic me, and I don't say nothing, but I peep it. You feel me? I got a job. I take care of my kid. Like, I'm a really positive influence. You feel me? To be like, okay, I can see what Love's doing. He's doing this. He's doing this. He got this. He got that. Boom, boom, boom. At this age. You feel me? I can see why somebody want to follow my footsteps. I mimic. I watch how I do what I do. But then if you got somebody who's out here not doing shit, out here doing the wrong in the world to get the right, why would you follow it when you can take the slower route to get it instead of the quick route that risk your life? You feel me?
I feel that. And everybody's trying to take the quicker route nowadays with our age. Like, even with me, like, I'm a curvier woman, everybody wants to go and have the surgery. Everybody wants to go and have the surgery. Every woman wants to go and have a BBL. Every woman wants to go and have, they want to cut corners.
They don't want to put in the work.
I feel like it's not that they don't want to put in the work. You don't get the same result.
A lot of that goes back to social media. They see motherfuckers on social media and they get, insecure about themselves and discouraged about themselves. And they don't need to be. It just be so. That's what social media do.
Sometimes I just feel like a lot of females might be insecure about themselves, so that's why they pay the money to get the surgery instead of putting in the work.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me?
But you gotta think though.
I know somebody person who went to the gym and her body is so beautiful now compared to when, and she got 2 kids and everything. You wouldn't even be able to tell she got 2 kids. That's how much work she put in that gym instead of going to pay that money. But when you put in that money, you still got to go to the gym to keep that body up to core.
I say, like, for me, it's like, as a woman, as a curvier woman, when I go to the gym and I work out, it's like, it's not the same result. Like, people don't look at you and be like, oh, people are obsessed with BBLs. They ain't looking at you like, oh, she got BBL.
Yeah.
So, but now everybody's looking at you like, oh, she just lost a little bit of weight. But if I was to get a BBL, everybody was looking at me like, did you see so and so? She just got a BBL.
Yeah, you're right.
So I feel like it's more of like, do as I say, not as I do. It's more of like an attention
It's
thing.
more of a what's trending. It's more what's trending. BBLs and all that shit's trending, so that's what females want to do. Selling drugs and doing the wrong is trending for men, so that's what majority of young men watching older men, that's what they want to do. Motherfuckers don't want to get up every day and work no 9 to 5 because it takes too long.
Definitely not.
You feel? Motherfuckers is thinking, all right, I want to get rich. I know how I can get some money. I ain't gonna say get rich quick, but I know how I can have a lot of money quick. Instead of waking up every day and stand on the positive road, motherfuckers would rather go to that negative road and risk their life and look over their shoulder and risk their freedom for that shit. Me, on the other hand, that ain't my cup of tea.
I feel that. Like, definitely, like, you know, with me going to school and stuff like that, everybody was like, why did you go to school? Like,
what you majored in?
I majored in journalism.
See, and just imagine how many you graduated. Just imagine how many women, like younger than you, ain't even graduated high school, be like, oh, I want. They might not tell you, but oh, I want to be like her. She done went to college. She ain't got no kids, and she graduated what 22.
Yeah, I graduated 22.
See,
me 22.
And just imagine if you go on social media and imagine how many people tell you congratulations or they want to be like you because you're not a statistic.
Right.
You feel me? You wasn't pregnant at 15, 16, 17.
I feel that.
You graduated high school, you got your high school diploma, you got your college diploma. Now you ain't got no kids, so you most definitely got the rest of your life until you have kids to do what you want to do.
But for me, it's like when I look at the women that people are giving a praise to, even when I'm dating, like, okay, say, you know, I'm dating this guy or whatever, and, you know, what you just said, you know, I graduated from college, I went to high school, you know, I graduated from high school, I work a 9 to 5 job every day, but, you know, the guys that I'm coming across, they don't want women like that. They want women that, you know, got BBLs
They
and
knuckleheads. You don't even need to worry about that.
He took the word right out of my mouth. It might the ones you need to look at. Then you need to look at the men who cherish the 9 to 5.
Same way a man on his shit looks for a good girl, a girl on her shit knows to look for a good nigga.
Yeah, it's like you. I'm a college student and I want a drug dealer. No, that's not a match. That's not the match. That will put your life in danger every day.
You be peeping red flags. When you peep a red flag, it is what it is.
That will put your life
like
in
that. Like
danger
when I peep a red flag, you know, me and him have been friends for
a long time.
10, 12 years. I would say 10, 12 years. So when I'm dating and I'm peeping red flags, obviously I'm hit him up and be like, what you think about this? He was like, nah, sis, I don't think that's.
Nah, fact, cause a lot of dudes, we in Louisville, so a lot of people seem like they up, but they really not.
Yeah, that's what happened. That's what just happened to me when I was dating. I was dating somebody, and I swear, he seemed like he was up,
and he wasn't up.
And like, well, now it's trickling down in our relationship. And I'm asking him, you know, now it's time for you to provide these things for me and do these things for me and be here for me. It's not even about, you know, financial stability. It's about the mental support, having support and stability, those small things, like being able to be romantic and things of that sort.
A lot of niggas, one thing I can say though is a lot of niggas don't have that in them though. And well, here at least I know.
But do you think it's an influence of what they've seen?
Like I'm in the point in my life where I'm getting to that. I'm learning how to do all that shit. I don't know how to do no romantic shit.
I don't know. I just feel like,
but I'm willing to try the shit though. I just don't know. Like I sit there like, damn, what am I already do? You know.
A lot of us in Louisville ain't have a father, so we don't know father shit, like how to treat a woman. But we kind of do because some of our mothers tell us, you don't let her touch her door. Don't let her do this. Don't let her do. She better not pay for nothing. Y'all go on a date. This is what you do on your date. This is how you make her happy. That's how my mama was. She told me everything. Like, so I know how to treat a woman. I know how to go have fun with a woman. I know how to make you feel like you on top of the world. Like I don't care how many females I might mess with, but I can make you feel like you on top of the world.
And that's what
You
we
feel
need
me?
to. That's what we need to see. Like even my father passing away when I was a young woman. I was going into the 5th grade. I didn't get to see that male and female interaction in the home, so I didn't know how a man was supposed to treat a woman. And now I'm 23 years old and I'm going through these relationships with different people, and I'm seeing things like ain't no man supposed to be doing things like this. Like you got to think, birthdays, Christmases, things like that. Those are big. Those are big holidays, especially when you dating somebody. So my first instance with a red flag was I didn't get no birthday gift. I was like, oh my
See,
goodness.
Your birthday
I ain't
came
gonna
before all the
lie.
holidays?
Hmm?
Your birthday came before all the holidays you was with
Mm-hmm.
and you didn't do nothing?
I ain't
No.
gonna lie. You can't
Even I know
with
that's
the
wrong.
facts though, but you can't like me. If I got a shorty's birthday coming up, I'm gonna ask her like muscle, like what she like. She gonna give me the signs of what she like, what she want. I'm gonna make it happen. But then again, sometimes it ain't about the gifts; it's about the time. I learned that dealing with the short I deal with now. Like it ain't about the gifts; it's about the time that I spend with her type shit. Like me breaking, I ain't gonna say breaking my neck, but me breaking my neck to spend time with her more, or you feel me, like.
Stop your schedule.
Yeah, you feel me? Like basically make time for what she want to do. Make time for both of us type shit. Like I'm a busy man. So you feel me? When I know I ain't making time for her, I scratch this. I need to take this day. I'll take it day. I need to make some time for her. You feel me?
I feel
It's,
you.
I just feel
I
like it's
feel
all
you.
about showing a motherfucker you want to make time for him
I
and
feel
spend
you.
time with. Yeah, you feel me? It ain't even about the gifts. Like I'm a person that really didn't grow up on getting gifts on Christmas and holidays, and birthdays and shit like that. So that's something I'm learning to
That
give
must
to
be
the
my
next person.
problem.
Okay, we're gonna get back into this discussion about gifts and showing people more support and being there for people when we get back from commercial.
If you or someone you know would like to be a panelist on His and Hers, email us at production@plugnetworkonline.com. Subject line, His and Hers. No telling what's gonna happen. It's His and Hers. Let's jump in.
Okay, we're back on His and Hers. We're about to get back into our conversation. So I put out another question, and I think it already leads into the discussion that we was already having about, the way you treat your significant other, the way you treat the person that you're pursuing. Do you feel that the relationships under your roof impacted how you deal with current relationships?
Say it one more time, my bad.
Do you feel that the relationships under your roof impacted how you deal with current relationships?
Definitely.
Okay, elaborate.
Most deal.
Cause when I grew up, my daddy wasn't around until I was older type shit. And then when he came around, him and my mama didn't get along. And then where was I? Oh yeah, whenever he came back around, they didn't get along for real, so just shit like that. And then I started going over my daddies. I'm seeing him messing with the other one. You feel me? Just mingling. And then I'm seeing them argue and shit, all type of shit. And then it's just, I don't really. That's why I said I'm learning how to be romantic. I don't really know what a real relationship's supposed to be like, you know.
I say, like, as a child, like, you know, because my parents split up when I was pretty young. My mother was a widow for most of my life. So it was like seeing relationships, and, you know, that was something foreign to me because I never seen my mom, you know, out of respect for the pain that I went through when I was a child. My mom had to take herself away from a lot of the luxuries that she wanted in life, like dating and being around men and stuff like that, you know, to raise me. So I kind of got, you know, a hump on my back to not only, you know, be strong, but it's hard for me to feel vulnerable while dating. So like with this previous person I was just dating, it was hard for me to be vulnerable enough to be like, hey, you know, do you mind paying for my food, or do you mind doing this, or do you mind doing that? I didn't hold him to that accountability to be a man. Like when I moved into my apartment, I didn't hold him to an accountability to be like, oh, okay, since you're doing this, and I'm gonna bring this. You know, I always had everything. So it was just like holding men at their standard. I didn't see that, and I don't know how to do that.
Independent woman, that's all that is. I mean, you know, some people, like I grew up in a sink, like mama by herself, like damn near my whole life. So me personally, I like a woman like my mama, like strong, independent. You feel me? Don't really want too much from a man, but if a man got it, go ahead and provide that. You feel me? Take a load off me type shit. You feel me? So it's like if I'm in a relationship and my shorty is somehow need some help, I can provide if she asks me for the help. But if not, then what the fuck am I around for if I can't help you? Why am I dealing with you if I can help you when you need it? You feel me? If I got it, why ain't you got it?
Right. And I feel like with me, because I was raised by such a strong woman, and I saw my mom handle everything herself. It was hard for me to ask for help or to even let go,
that's any
and to
woman.
be like, no, it's not any woman, because there's a lot of girls out here that are getting bags off of men. But
just imagine how hard it is. It's probably hard for them to be like, can you help me?
No.
I don't even know. Just texted me on here, said I need a favor.
I ain't gonna lie. I ain't never had a female ask me for help. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't never.
You ain't never had a female ask you for help?
I ain't never.
So if you haven't had a female ask you for help, do you notice things and just pick up, you know, where you notice things?
Of course.
I be reading people, and then
you can tell when something's off.
Yeah, like the should be situational for real. Like
a female just ain't gonna come out the blue and be like, "Oh, I need help." A female's gonna wait till they like ask all the way out. Like I have no more option. All right, it's the person I'm dealing with. I'm about to ask him to see if he got it. You feel me?
Yeah.
That was the type of woman my mama was. She wasn't asking. She's not asking for nothing unless she's at the last straw to where she can't get it. You feel me? Then that's when son come in. You feel me?
Yep.
If my shorty's down on her last or some anything, you know, in life, anything can happen. Anything can happen. So you feel me? If she's at that point, baby mama, if she's at that point, if I got it, her man, I ain't tripping about it. You know, I feel like I'm here on earth to help.
I feel that. I feel that way too, and I feel like even, you know, because my mother, she was a very giving woman. You know, she helps everyone. So she's very giving, she's very loving, and I feel like I put that into my relationship when it comes to men. Like I'm very giving, I'm very loving. You know, I give them literally, because I saw my mom and my dad. My dad moved here from Cincinnati. My mom's from Louisville. My dad didn't know anyone here. So it's like I saw, you know, my family was really my family. So when I let somebody in and we start dating and we building a bond, you're really my family. Like you're there with me, and I treat you like you my family, and I uphold you to that standard. So it's like when you start dating somebody and with the relationships that you've seen, do you start treating them like they family?
It takes a lot of time for that. It
lot
takes
of time.
it don't
I
just
was trying to
happen.
think if I could do that.
You don't think you could?
I don't let people in. You know I don't let people in.
You don't even.
I don't either. I'm not gonna lie to
I
you.
don't
I'm
let nobody
25
in.
years old and I've been in one relationship.
Really?
Just one. That's my baby mom. Just one.
I
But the shorty I deal with now, it's been 4 years, but shit didn't get serious with us until almost a year and a half after we started dealing with each other. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
That's how long it took me to let my guard down with her, and still, even after that year and a half, it still probably took a whole nother year just for me to be like, oh, okay, you got me. You feel me?
Yeah.
I can be vulnerable for you type shit. You feel me?
Yeah.
I can if it's something wrong with me, I can come to you. If something's fucked up, I can come to you. If I'm feeling down, I can come to you and you be my person type shit, my comfort. You feel me?
Yeah.
So it takes a while, but if you can just jump in and give that to somebody, you a bad one.
I
That's
mean,
bold.
Yeah, like
I mean, I'm not like
you
that.
fall in love too quick.
It's not even that. It took a while for me to get to, being. I'm just an all around help, person.
Yeah.
So
You're
if
just a
I
loving
see,
person though. Be nice to everybody and everything.
you know how I am,
And bite you real hard in the
It
ass.
will.
It does.
I be telling you
it
that
does.
though.
It bit me in the ass
You
hard.
tell me that. You like, don't do that, Tracy. Don't do that.
Cause I'm a jerk, so I be knowing. I read people, and I can just people's aura and energy. Like you probably notice it and everything, but you probably ignore it.
But that's why I come
'Cause
to
people
you and
give
I
you
asked
signs.
you. That's why I come to you and I asked him, because I know, if anything, I know, how you come to somebody, they're gonna be the yin to your yang.
Yeah.
When I'm going through stuff and I have questions about stuff, I know that because we've had this, bond for so long, I know that I can go to him and he's gonna be the yin to my yang and let me know what's up.
Yeah.
And be honest with me. And vice versa. If he's gotta ask me something, he knows I'm gonna keep it all the way real.
I feel like every female male need that person they can run to like that. I got somebody I can run to like that to be like, am I tripping on this situation with Shorty? Woo, and they'll let me know if I'm tripping or if I ain't tripping. You feel me? I feel like every person at least need that one person they can run to like that.
I do.
You feel me?
I feel that way. I'm gonna get into this next question.
I forgot the last question for real.
Do you think that ratchet behavior like drinking, twerking, and drug use impacts children who have witnessed?
What'd you say? It made me mad when you read.
I said, do you think ratchet behavior like drinking, twerking, and drug use impacts children who witness it?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Yes, I remember when my nephew was a little baby. This nigga barely knew anything. This nigga's mama, him and his mom and his auntie was out dancing and shit. This nigga came back dancing like his mama. Me and his daddy got on butt with him. He never did it again.
Yeah, not for real. A lot of shit you do, like kids are sponges, so they learn, they soak in everything you're doing. So you gotta watch what you do.
I think even with the not even the music, but the stuff on TikTok, the trends and stuff like that people are setting on TikTok and the stuff that the kids are seeing, like the dances and stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like, because they're being set by older people, they're not, your For You page is supposed to be tailored to things that you like.
Yeah.
I feel like it's not tailored toward their age and, things that they should be.
It ain't an age on social media.
It's not. It's like no filter.
Social media is free, right?
Yeah, you gonna. Yeah, it's like me. I got 2 kids. My kids don't touch social media. Like my son is 5 years old. He don't know how to play the game. He don't know how to. Only thing he know.
Ask you about that. Do your kids got phones?
No. Only thing he know how to do is YouTube.
They
both know YouTube, and
my
they
nephew got a phone.
It ain't nothing.
He has a phone.
All he know though is YouTube and how to call somebody.
It ain't nothing but learning activity. It's all they watch.
But now it's like these little 4-year-old kids are out here. He listens to Young Boy.
I kid you not. I don't think my kids know any music.
You know that song by Rallo, like murder.
Yeah.
That nigga, he got in the car with me this morning. We going swimming. He said, "Play murder."
Oh my goodness!
I'm like, what?
I say that my cousin, she's autistic, but she's 6 years old. She is really a child. Like, she watches My Little Pony, Strawberry Shortcake, Paw Patrol, stuff like that. She's into all that. She's not looking at no TikTok. She's not looking at no. The only TikTok that she knows is, oh no, that TikTok. That's the only TikTok that she knows. But
That's
she
the
picks
problem.
up bad stuff from SpongeBob. Like, she picks up little bad stuff.
Like what?
Like, you know,
SpongeBob?
sometimes SpongeBob does, like, questionable stuff. Like,
He do some suspect.
I don't know. My kid loves SpongeBob.
but
I
do
ain't
you
got
ever
to that
see
level.
some stuff on there that you be like, they should not be
I
putting
like
that
the
on
episode
there?
when they was reading the cuss words like on the
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you one thing about them kid shows. Do not let them watch them cartoons that speak gibberish, because your kids will pick that shit up.
They be talking to you in
Bruh,
gibberish.
my son got that so bad, bro. Like the gibberish. I be like, bro, I don't understand that, bro. You're 5 years old. You can't.
But
you
the
gotta speak
kid
to me.
content, like, because it's so popularized nowadays, it's like showing some of that stuff. Like, they be having the little cartoon characters and they be twerking and dancing and doing the
just
little
gotta-
dances and stuff. So
I just feel like
But the entertainment, look, the entertainment is gonna do what's in the world, what's going on. They're gonna use that for the kids, get the kids to add shit.
that ain't healthy for them, though. I ain't
it's
gonna lie.
not.
Social media.
Kids is just like adults. So whoever's hooked to TV and social media and all that dumb shit is throwed off. Whoever's not is out living their life, happy and everything. On my mama, my nigga, he got real bad anger problems. He be mad about a lot of shit, but he just got deleted from Instagram, right?
Wow.
And I pulled up on him the other day. He been deleted for like a month. I asked him, I was like, what you been on since you ain't got Instagram? I ain't heard from you. He said, nah, shit, I ain't been mad or nothing. I ain't called nobody, got on fish, have I? He be on butt with everybody. He be like, I ain't called nobody, got on fish, have I?
I mean, like, even with that, but we gotta go to commercial. So we'll be back with his and hers after we go to this commercial break.
If you or someone you know would like to be a panelist on His and Hers, email us at production@plugnetworkonline.com. Subject line, His and Hers. No telling what's gonna happen. It's His and Hers. Let's jump in.
We are back on the His and Hers podcast. We were just getting into a little bit about, Instagramming and TikTok with the kids, but now I'm about to go into my last question. Do you need to be a perfect person to qualify as a role model?
No.
It's not a certain thing as a perfect person.
My nephew loves me, and I'm not. I'm a alright person.
I say that I would say, just seeing you evolve into the person that you are now.
Mm-hmm.
I say that you are a dang good person.
You feel me?
I feel like you could be a role model to someone in such a way. I believe just for the people that I look up to, like my grandmother, my mother, my cousins, even people in the media that I look up to, because I'm a journalist, so I look up to certain people, got their podcasts and stuff. They are not perfect people at all by any means, but I feel like the flaws are what help you get to the moment that you're at now.
Most definitely. It's not such thing as a perfect person. It's just all about how you carry yourself to look like the perfect
People make
person,
shit
you
look
feel me?
good.
Like I feel like I don't know as a
Some people carry themselves wrong, so that's what makes them seem like not the perfect person. So you feel me? Like me on the other half, I'm like literally, I literally wake up. I don't want nothing negative to do with my day, my life, nothing. I let all this shit go. If I ain't got control of it, I'm not even gonna sweat it. So you feel me? Me being me, I'm 25. You feel me? I graduated high school. I didn't go to college because I didn't need to. Didn't go to college. Got me a good job. You feel me? Making like what, $22 an hour. So the way the world's set up now, it's not good to have a 9 to 5 in young motherfuckers' eyes. So you
it's
feel me?
not.
I'm not waking up every day. But me on the other hand, I'm one of them that proven that can show you it's cool to get up and go to work every day. It's cool to get up, go to work every day, and have your hustle after. You feel me?
Good.
You feel me? It's cool to be
Yeah, that
a working man instead of a street nigga or a motherfucker who walk around with a gun all day. You feel me? That's just, it's just like me personally. A lot of people tell me that I'm their role model, like older, younger. Like it's really more young, older people because
and it's more older people.
I bought my house at 23.
Wow,
So
that's
you feel
amazing.
me? A lot of motherfuckers is like, bro, I look up to you, bro. I'm like, you way older than me. How you look up to me? But as I got older, I'm like, all right, I see why you look up to me because I was really on my shit at a young age and still on my shit at a young age. You feel me? And I'm still working that job, doing what I like. I'm doing everything that
to set yourself up for success.
Yeah, you
for
feel
your
me?
family.
Yeah,
You know?
you feel me? Like everything to show the younger crowd that it's okay to be this way and you ain't got to be this way to do all of this. You feel me? Like I'm doing everything in the positive way that the niggas in the negative way is doing. You feel me?
I feel like you have. I feel like you have different role models for different times of your life and different areas of your life. Like I have a role model who is my role model for social things. Socially, I wish I could get to this point in life to socially be like this, but strength, as far as carrying strength and carrying things like that, I have different role models for that.
Yeah, you got different for your whatever activity you got going on.
So I feel like not all my role models are in their perfect are in a perfect phase in life all at one time to where they're just like, I'm there, I'm perfect. I don't feel like that exists, like a perfect phase.
Yeah, being perfect, yeah, you ain't never perfect.
Ain't no such thing as perfect.
You ain't perfect.
So you don't think like if you scrolling on Instagram, or you scrolling anywhere, or even in real life, a perfect woman, what would a perfect woman, like a perfect woman that you would say, this is a woman that I think that women should look.
I can't even tell you that. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah,
it's not such because you don't know what a woman is until you actually deal with her and go through shit with her. So you feel me? Like me and you don't really know each other, but say we start messing around, I'm like, oh, she's 100 right now. But then me and you get real deep, and I see the real side of you.
She can be
crazy as hell. Yeah, you feel me? I'm like, nah, this ain't what I signed up for a couple months ago.
Right.
You feel me? Like shit changes, especially when you have kids with somebody. When you have kids with somebody, trust me, that person ain't the same. You ain't the same, or she ain't the same.
Yeah, because you got to switch into a perm mode. You got to start thinking about a child.
Yeah, when you got kids, trust me.
Scared of that league.
Just know when y'all have kids, just know both of y'all changing. If one of them ain't for the either, it ain't one of them ain't for the good, or y'all both gonna be on the same page. That's all it is to it.
Like as far as a role model, I say like growing up as a kid, I used to look at certain people.
What do you consider a role model?
A role model is someone that likes the path. So someone that likes the path. Like someone that likes the path. Like,
'cause I don't think I have one.
You don't think you have a role model?
Nah, I just I study everybody that comes into my life. I've said multiple times right here. I study people. I study every person that comes into my life, and I might see something. Oh, they do that good. Might try to add that to my repertoire, but I ain't looking up to that. If I can't accomplish that, I'll try to accomplish something else.
I feel like you can't. I feel like you can't look up to nobody who ain't like in your life lane.
You can't, because your shoes is for you.
Yeah, like say.
I heard a saying the other day. You don't want nobody else's fate, and that motherfucker's gonna stick with me forever.
I feel that, like, you don't want nobody else's fate.
Mm-hmm.
I feel that, you know, on a deeper level, like, everybody's like, even for me as a woman, everybody wants to be a Jada. Like, everybody wants to have what a Jada has.
No baby.
Like, everybody wants to be that. So it's like, everybody's like, I want to have a Jada. I want to have a boyfriend and a son.
But see,
and
look how little baby did her. So why do y'all want to be Jada? You know?
Yeah, so it's
You
like, I
feel me?
feel like it's the
That's the example right there.
momentum.
Shit don't be perfect.
Oh yeah, it's not
It just
perfect.
looks good.
It just looks
Jada and Will
good.
Smith is a prime example of what the fuck.
I feel
Man.
like it is. I mean, it is like everything. Yeah, think about it. They
Celebrities
was
is a
up
prime
when our
example.
parents were up. Like Jada and Will were up when our parents were up. So it's like
They still probably had downfalls
They-
behind closed doors.
behind closed doors, but now there's social media and
Shit just
everything's
looks
out.
good.
Now social media is everything out. She's got her, you know,
A platform.
her platform and everything.
Now all hell's racing loose. They done had TED Talks and shit.
So we just gonna get into this last question a little bit.
Come on.
How do you feel Jaden Smith was impacted by his mother's entanglement with August Alsina? How would you feel in that situation?
Me personally, I have no idea.
I'm
one of them that I don't get in celebrities' life. I don't even care. So I can't tell you nothing about Jaden Smith. Whatever.
I'll tell you this
I don't know.
though.
It probably stressed him out. I can say
If my mama was married to my daddy and she had a young thing on the side, I would be like, how you gonna date somebody that's like 10 years, like 8, not even 10 years, 6 or 7 years, 6, 7, 8 years older than I am? It would just make me look at her funny in a different type of way because I've seen, you know, the standards that my father set as a man.
It's different for men though, because I've seen some crazy shit.
I feel that. I feel like, you know, boys are exposed to more than girls are. Like, especially for me though, and the things that I went through, I feel like the guys in my family have been exposed to more than what my grandmother was allowing me to be exposed to.
Yeah.
So I feel like she wouldn't do no type of stuff like that. You know, if my mom was to do that, or, you know, somebody in my family was to do that, I feel like they wouldn't do that stuff around me because I'm a woman.
Yeah,
But if it was a little boy or something and it was the shoes on the other foot.
Yeah, it's certain stuff that you allow your son not to see and your daughter with. You feel me? It's because that's how I am with my kids. It's certain stuff I allow my son to see, but it's also shit that I don't allow my daughter to see.
Yeah, that's why that's my brother. He dropped gems on me. I would have never thought of that.
That's two different lives right there. Like, I don't even want to say nothing about being gay, but yeah, it's just certain stuff that you want your son to see, you want your daughter to see.
Yeah, even with, you know, the stuff that we see in our community and the way things are represented. You know, it's things that you want your son to be exposed to, and it's things that you don't want your daughter to be exposed to.
Facts.
If it was me and I had a daughter, or if I had a daughter, I would not want her to know about me and this young thing.
But I'm so.
But
real,
she knows,
like,
don't she?
To an extent, but it's not a relationship that I would put on the forefront to my kids.
Yeah, it's just
it wasn't on the forefront. It just came to the light, didn't it?
But it was on the forefront to her children, though. You gotta think the children knew. They was taking pictures and everything.
That don't mean
he
they knew.
lived in the house with them.
That don't mean they knew.
Yeah, that don't mean they knew.
So if somebody's coming and waking up in your house, you're not
Innocent
thinking
till
at
proven
14
guilty.
and 15 that
They might have had their thoughts, but then again, it's like, okay, my daddy lived here too. They married. So I don't
Curiosity's a
think
motherfucker. They probably just was wondering. They ain't know.
until it came to the light.
I mean,
Until
it came to light, but we really had to, you know, wrap things up. It was like really dope, you know, being able to have both of you out here today. So I want y'all to shout yourself out. Make sure you tell people where they can stream your music and things of that sort.
It's Lil Grim. You can follow me on Instagram at Big Blocker, and you can find me on all platforms at Big Blocker. I just dropped a mixtape called City Rollin'. Go check that out.
Y'all can follow me at _ Loafed Up on everything. Loafed Up on YouTube. Loaf Productions on YouTube. Just type in Loafed Up. I'm gonna pop up. You know, that's about it. I just dropped the project, How to Rap in My City, not too long ago. Just dropped another single last week.
He's super turned. Y'all go tap
man,
in.
y'all want to be turned, man? Just tap in.
For me, you can find me on Facebook as Tracy Scott. I put a lot of things on Facebook, you know, just about, my activism, my daily life. I'm about to start getting back into writing and doing a little podcast of myself. So you can find me on Facebook through Tracy Scott. We are about to go ahead and wrap up the show. So we want to thank you guys for tuning in with us.
Tap in.
Tap in.
If you or someone you know would like to be a panelist on His and Hers, email us at production@plugnetworkonline.com. Subject line, His and Hers. No telling what's gonna happen. It's His and Hers. Let's jump in.